a line drive right at the shortstop for out number 3.
Apodaca ripped to left field. That will bounce in, so it's going to be extra bases as they'll have to chase that one at the wall in the warning track. Flipped up, there's no play at home. So it's an RBI double for Andrew Apodaca. Runner at third. High leverage spot. Can Chavez keep the tie? No, that's going to be cracked into left field. It's a base hit as Love puts the Sandia Matadors ahead for the first time today.
The 0-2. It's upstairs, goes the backstop, and the run will not score. Gun down at home.
Chavez rocks and fires. Ahmed, that's going to be an RBI for Ahmed as that one right through the gap in right center. Petrie will scoop that one, and it's looking like a triple as Ahmed plugs into third base, and what a way to score that run for the Matadors.
Coach Romero barking out his orders there to his players. He's been around the game for a long time. Nice shot to center field. That'll bring runners in. Just like that, La Cueva will bring 3 runners in to go up 3-0. Runner advances to third. Shot to center. That looks good. That's gone. Man, outstanding center shot there.
Pitch. There's a line drive right at the shortstop for out number 3.
Apodaca ripped to left field. That will bounce in, so it's going to be extra bases as they'll have to chase that one at the wall in the warning track. Flipped up, there's no play at home. So it's an RBI double for Andrew Apodaca. Runner at third. High leverage spot. Can Chavez keep the tie? No, that's going to be cracked into left field. It's a base hit as Love puts the Sandia Matadors ahead for the first time today.
The 0-2. It's upstairs, goes the backstop, and the run will not score. Gun down at home.
I don't know that I think he's the best postseason player ever. I don't know that you have to have won a championship to have that. Maybe you do. I mean, it feels like you probably do. But that's a different dude in the postseason. And the number 1 seed overall, the number 1 seed in the East is bounced. We're going to get a Knicks Heat second round. So don't give me this whole, wow, who cares if Florida, Atlantic, and San Diego State were there. I got to watch the Knicks and the Heat in the second round of the NBA playoffs after what happened last night. What's up? Happy draft day. Oh, yeah, buddy, you got your jersey ready? You know who your team should pick? You know who they're going to pick? It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie on draft day 2023. I'm a poet, and I know it. What's up?
Great morning.
Is it a great morning?
Yes.
You good? How you living?
Living great.
Are you? That's like that's a lot.
That's a
I
lot
know.
of great.
That's a
Doing
whole
good.
lot of energy right there. No, I
Doing
kind of love it.
The NBA playoffs have been phenomenal. Just the performances we've seen, the good, the bad, the everything that's going on. The NFL draft brings hope to your franchise that you will win something. It's just a great day.
Damn, I want some of what he got. You know what I'm saying? Was it your oatmeal? Was it what you eat this morning?
Oh, and I am
The coffee in the break room?
ridiculously tired, but I'm pushing through.
Seriously.
Same.
You went out to the ball pitch last night,
Oh, yeah,
right?
I saw that.
You went out and saw United move on in the U.S. Open Cup, beating their heated rivals.
Let's
the
go.
Phoenix rising 2-1, playing a man up in the whole second half.
Giving it away in the second.
And so what happened?
So late first half, Daniel Bruce started opening things up. Good runs forward. They finally get one passed off a rebound shot. Greg Hurst, a former Phoenix Rising forward, scores.
Ooh, against his old club.
Things get real chippy right before halftime. Daniel Bruce fouls a Rising player, but as they go to the ground, the dude kicks him in the chest. Straight red card. You know, then you got a ton of hold me back going on. A lot of cards handed
Hold
out.
Hold me back.
Pushing and
I
shoving.
want to see a soccer fight.
And then the ref was just like, yeah, we're going to halftime.
Can you use your hands in a soccer fight, or you have to only kick?
Yeah, you can use your hand.
You're allowed to use your hands. All right, just asking. All right, so we went.
Go to the second half, they're up a man, and then Phoenix ties it. And it's not until the 87th minute that United is able to go ahead and get that goal, go up 2-1. So you're feeling really good, and then you're really frustrated. Like, how is this game getting away when you're up a man in the second half? But they survive and advance.
All right, so they move on to the round of 32 of the U.S. Open Cup. Big win for New Mexico United yesterday. A lot of you were watching the hoops. Maybe you fell asleep. Maybe you turned it off when Milwaukee was up 16 going into the fourth quarter. The number one overall seed, the number one seed in the East, at home, going to stay alive. And they needed it. It was an elimination game. They're up 16. They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. They've got the MVP. They're going to win. Right? I mean, they're the number one overall seed. They were a champion 2 years ago. They know how to win the postseason. Then they've got Miami where they want them. We're going to go back to Miami for Game 6. And maybe you flipped over to the other game. Maybe you watched a little hockey. I don't know. Maybe you found YouTube feed of the soccer. Whatever. If you fell asleep or didn't watch it, you watched another late comeback. And look, as much as
Collapse.
to every comeback, there's a collapse. With all due respect to everything Miami did, and I don't know how far they're going to go and what they're going to do in the next round against the Knicks, but Mike Budenholzer and the Bucks have got to look inward because they flat out collapsed twice. They gave up a 12-point lead with 6 minutes to go in Florida 2 nights prior, and then last night they're up 16 at home in the fourth quarter of an elimination game, and they collapse. They get the ball at the end of the game down by 2. They didn't even get a shot off. They had plenty of time to get a shot off, and the ball dies in the hands of Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen just Euro step into the rim as time expires.
What are we doing?
Or like all the players on the floor.
Yeah.
Grayson Allen's like, I got it.
No, you don't. No, you
And
don't.
you're like, "Meh. Oh.
Damn.
And they had 2 timeouts in their back pocket.
I know.
And they didn't call a timeout after Jimmy Butler hit the game-tying alley-oop with half a second left. Mike Budenholzer just froze. The dude forgot he was a coach. He forgot what to do. Because at that point in time, it's half a second. You just saw Jimmy Butler do the improbable with the catch and finish at the rim. And you're not even going to give yourself a chance to do that with, say, Giannis on the other end. What a disaster. For as amazing as Miami and Jimmy Butler were,
Right.
that was an absolute disaster.
At every level. At
for
every
Milwaukee
level.
The last 2 games.
At every level. I'm going to pose the question again, and I'm going to kind of give you some conditioners, or what's the word I'm looking for? Modifiers. I asked you, this isn't the only time a one's lost to an 8. And I think it's been done 6 times or something like that.
4.
But is it only 4? And the first time was when the Nuggets beat Seattle back in like 94. And it was amazing. It had never been done. That was the Dikembe Mutombo laying on the ground, clutched the ball in the middle of the lane, screaming up in Seattle Center, Key Arena, whatever it was called at the time. They just beat that really good Sonic team with Sean Kemp and Gary Payton and Detlef Schrempf and Sam Perkins, all those guys. And it was amazing. And so we had this conversation yesterday. Is this more stunning than that? And I think we both kind of said no. But I'm going to revisit it. Let me give you a couple of qualifiers. Okay? Milwaukee, unlike Seattle as a 1 seed, Milwaukee had won a championship previously. 2 years ago, they were the NBA champions. So this is a team with championship pedigree. Seattle was not. This had the MVP on them, Milwaukee, with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Seattle did not. This was a 7-game series that Miami won in 5. That was a 5-game series that the Nuggets won at the buzzer in Game 5. This was a comeback or collapse from double-digit fourth-quarter deficits in the final 2 games. Can we rehab this conversation?
Yeah. It's not the biggest upset ever.
I'm not saying the biggest
But
upset
it's
ever.
the 7-game series. I think the Warriors over the Mavs was bigger in 07. But if you want to say
All right.
second or third, absolutely, because it's only happened 4 times. And the 7-game series, the fact that Milwaukee was up in games late and blew it, adds to the angst, and then just the performance of Jimmy Butler. Like, this is one of the best playoff series I have ever seen.
And that dude
From a
does
player.
it annually. He does it annually.
And you're thinking back, and you're going through it, and of these playoff runs we've seen, the Warriors, the Heat, and I remember, the Spurs had their run. Like, there's been some really good performances and teams, but like in the moment, what Jimmy Butler just did, like you don't think of him as that guy. He performs well, but he was hitting every shot. He was hitting jumpers that were pure. He was attacking the rim.
He's
He's
unbelievable.
doing it with his team down double digits in the fourth quarter, back-to-back games. It was just amazing.
42 for Jimmy Buckets last night in the 128-126 overtime victory. Heat eliminate the 1 seed Bucks in 5. It's stunning to me. Well, let me ask you this, because I think I've got an answer. Long-term effects, more for the Heat or for the Bucks?
The Bucks.
I think so too.
You had Giannis right after the game saying, "Well, so much for that the countdown we had.
Yeah.
He said that we're playing to win a championship, and they were playing to beat us."
Yeah.
And you got that
That's
sense
such
in that.
that's so good. I mean, I want you to think about that real quick. We're thinking long term. We're playing to win a championship, and your initial. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but initially you say, "Yep, our mindset is to win a championship." Yep, that's right. They're all business. We're playing to beat that team in front of us, and I can't win a championship until I beat that team in front of us. And while initially, when you tell me our goal is to win a championship, I'm listening to you. The other guys are like, "We're playing to beat that team," and the simple, immediate goal outlasts the long-term goal, and the 8 seed wins.
And it felt like that in this series, where Milwaukee was like, "We'll be good. We'll be able to give Giannis time to come back from his fall. Everything will work out." And that attitude led to them giving games away in which they were in control of.
Yeah, it's something else.
Because you watch what they did in the third quarter, and they extending that lead, and I think they were up 102-86 to start of the fourth. You're like, okay, got Chris Middleton scoring, Brook Lopez looking good. Giannis is going to go downhill, and it happened again. Fell apart.
Something happened last night that hadn't happened a decade in the NBA. I'm going to tell you what that is. What does it mean that LeBron had one of his worst shooting nights, even when AD went nuts? And what the Warriors did late night to take control of their series, and what I think the impact is going to be. That's all coming up, as well as a lot of draft stuff. It is draft day, all. Got a lot to do. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Area code 505. 2460610. That's the 377 Brewery hotline and the Sports Animal text line. I'm going to hit that stuff, but what does it mean for the Lakers now? With LeBron, I don't know, did he look 38 last night for the first time in a long time? They're headed home. The opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Wrestling fans!
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say, people mean more.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Playoff series. That's so the entirety of the Splash Brothers, right? Steph Curry, Klay Thompson's time there. Every playoff series the Warriors have been a part of, they have won at least one road game. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I know that sounds, oh, yeah, whatever. There's no yeah, whatever to that, by the way. That's so damn impressive. Do I know what the record is for most consecutive series with winning on the road? I don't know. All I know is that's damn impressive. And they were good last night. 31 from Curry, 25 from Thompson. And there was a moment there in the second quarter where Klay just started to feel it. And it's like, okay, he's getting off that quick release, that beautiful. Has anybody got a more compact, beautiful stroke than him? He rises. It's quick. It's compact. It's just smooth. To me, he's got the most beautiful jump shot in the league. It's just, and when it goes, it's just, it's terrific. So they're up 3-2, headed back to San Francisco, and try to wrap that up. The other one on the West, are you concerned if you're a Laker fan? LeBron had not a good night, and look, he's allowed to have one now. 15 points. They wasted 31, and what did AD have? 31 and 19. Rebounds. And Anthony Davis has been kind of every other game has been really good. They need him to be good. LeBron was 5 of 17 shooting. He had 10 rebounds to go with 5 assists and 15 points. I mean, I've listened to people be alarmed by this. I'm like, you know what? Dude shows you every once in a while that he's not a robot. Like he's actually human, and he's permitted to have. I'm not losing my mind over this, to be honest with you. I think they go home and close it out.
Yeah, they're still in control of the series, but you see the challenges with these teams and the missed opportunities that are going to be frustrating when you get a really good Anthony Davis game. But the role players are so hot and cold, and that's the challenge. As the team remade itself, they are so much better than they were to start the season. But when you get the good Anthony Davis game, those are the ones you should look at and say those are the games the Lakers need to get. But it's a reminder, we've talked about it throughout this series, Memphis is still really good. Like, they're the second seed in the Western Conference because they have two legit guys on the perimeter. My opinion, they're the most consistent players, Desmond Bane.
Desmond Bane's been great.
And then you get the flashes from Ja. I think Jaren Jackson Jr., the defensive player of the year, the fact that he's played 35 to 40 minutes a game in this series has been huge. And what they did last night, speeding up the game, playing really fast, getting up and down the floor, that's not what the Lakers want to do.
No, and it's hardly what they want to do. And I think that totally caters to what Memphis and why they won the game last night. They controlled the ball. Memphis turned it over 11 times. But I think the key was, to me last night, A, the pace of the game, as you said, and B, LeBron was off. And to me, oh, my goodness, he was – dude had an off game. Like, I'm not of all the things I'm worried, I got 99 problems, and he ain't one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you worried about LeBron James coming back and having a big game in the next one?
No. Just saw what he did in the clutch the previous game.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it at all. So I kind of figured Memphis would get this one. They go back to LA and close this thing out. Isn't that your feel? Now, these every other night things for an older team, early in the series, there was more rest. There was two nights between games, sometimes 3. Now it's every other night. So for an older team, as you go deeper, an older team that's had some injuries, let's see where it goes. Assuming they get through this, assuming Golden State gets through this, the next series is going to be special, right? You don't think so?
I think it's going to be exciting. I could see the Warriors running Lakers right off the floor.
Can you really?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? That would be a 6-7 series, right? That's insane to me. That'd be the 6-7. They both advance. The 6 and 7 advance. So there's no chalk in this. It's kind of like the NCAA tournament, right? The 1 seed just got beat in the East. The Celtics aren't in any great shape. You're kind of pointing at Celtics and Sixers and Knicks and Heat in the East, and the Nuggets are now through. So it's going to be Nuggets and Suns in the next round. I think that's really interesting, don't you?
Of course, because you have the 1 seed and no one thinks they can beat the Suns.
The Suns were hardly dominant against a depleted Clipper club. Like on paper, you say, well, they've got Kevin Durant, and they've got Chris Paul, and they've got Devin Booker, and okay, they've got Jokic and Murray.
I think they match up really well against each other because they're pretty much 2 teams playing 6 guys.
So while I don't think either team was incredibly impressive in their first round, who do you think was more impressive? I would tell you, I think the Nuggets, because of the way they handled the first 3.
Yeah, I actually really do think it's close, and it's one that when you look at how those series played out, people say, well, the Suns played the better team. Did they? Like with the way that Minnesota started playing when you got Anthony Edwards, who, okay, well, got to talk about, he's got to learn how to handle a loss. As much praise as we just gave him when we found out he's throwing chairs and ended up hitting people, that's a problem. To me, I think both of them played very similar opponents in that respect with the way Russell Westbrook played. But it's one that I'm very excited for this matchup because Bubble Murray, Jamal Murray, the way that he is scoring the basketball, the way that he looks, that gives the Nuggets a chance because Devin Booker and Kevin Durant are going to score. The Nuggets aren't going to slow them down. So if you have Bubble Murray, this is going to be a shootout fun series.
I'm looking forward to this. I think Denver-Phoenix is terrific. Lakers go home. They'll try to close out Memphis tomorrow night, see if they can get that done. And then San Francisco will be the site tomorrow night for the Warriors trying to close out Sacramento. Tonight, NBA, 1 game up against the draft. If you want it, it's there for you. Celtics and Hawks. That is 3-2 Boston. The game will be in Georgia. Celtics had a chance to close it out up in Massachusetts 2 nights ago. They did not get it done. That forces them to go down. Let's see what Ice Trade's got left in him because he was terrific at the end of that game in Boston 2 nights ago. Now what do they have left as they go back and try to close this thing out? And I'll tell you, for Boston, it would really behoove them to get this thing done tonight. All right, when we come back, we're going drafting. Let's go. What are the latest rumors? What do you need to know? Where are the quarterbacks going? Who's trading down? Feels like everybody is. And what trades may you see? Might you see some trades this afternoon and or this evening, not only involving draft picks, but some big name players, some players that probably are on your fantasy football team? That's coming up when we return. I want to tell you about John Thomas Jewelers. Why do I tell you about John Thomas Jewelers? Because I believe that they're the best jewelry store I've seen in years. This is something special. You got to want to get to John Thomas Jewelers. And that's kind of what almost sets them apart in some respects. They're not your average mall jeweler where you just stumble in there and you pick something out of a case and there's high pressure. John Thomas Jewelers is custom-made jewelry at an affordable price. They do more custom jewelry in a week than most jewelers do in a year. So if you can dream it, they can make it. Why is it so affordable? Because they do it on site, because they've got a state-of-the-art shop right there with top-of-the-line artists, jewelers that are going to get this done for you. They don't have to send it out. So if you're looking for that engagement ring, you're looking for that special anniversary piece, just that special piece for that special someone, go by and see John Thomas Jewelers. Go take a look at them online, johnthomasjewelers.com, and then visit them right across the street from the Coronado Mall to the east on Louisiana. They are in the Lewis University building, 3rd floor Lewis University building, 1 block south of Manal. And listen to this now. So with any purchase, and this is while supplies last, this isn't a contest. You're not going to be entered. Any purchase of $5,999. So if you're looking for an engagement ring or you're looking for that special anniversary gift, whatever it is, John Thomas Jewelers is giving a 7-night all-inclusive trip to the Dominican Republic. Been there. Beautiful. You will love this trip. It's perfect for couples looking to get engaged. So you get the ring and the honeymoon. Perfect for couples looking to celebrate an anniversary, jewelry, and a trip. Anyone looking to just get away. This is not a contest. Any purchase of $5,999 and the trip's yours. All the food, all the drinks, tropical destination. They're going to give this gift away while supplies last. Go by and see them at John Thomas Jewelers. They are on the third floor of the Lewis University building across the Coronado Mall, 1 block south of Manal. JohnThomasJewelers.com. If you can dream it, they will make it.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we...
All right, so what you doing tonight? Time's the draft start, Amory.
Oh,
6.
6? All right, I got a little track meet. Metro Championships are going on.
Last night was 3-screen night.
Totally.
You went 3?
Wild, yeah.
So what were your 3? Because there was always
Watching
2 hoops games on.
The Seattle Kraken.
I watched that too, man.
Look good. They're crisp every area on the ice.
So
outplaying the Colorado Avalanche.
3-2 they win the game, and 3-2 they're up in the series is Seattle over Colorado. I couldn't keep my eyes off that either.
So frustrating.
They're nice, dude.
They're outplaying the Avalanche. This is Miami Heat versus Milwaukee Bucks.
And they're going back up to Seatown to try and close this thing out.
They're going to close it out.
They are nice. And I don't know about, I mean, I know about you because that's your team. And so it's hard to kind of look at this. I love the Seattle story. Like I do. I've got an affection for the sports fans up there because I spent so many years in the Northwest. And when they lost the Sonics, it just sucked. And they always supported like the Thunderbirds, a Western Hockey League team up there. They love their hockey up there. But the way that town has embraced that franchise and watching that franchise grow up so quickly, and I know the rules are kind of made where teams can, like we watched Vegas. It's the first time I sat down and really kind of watched a bit of Kraken last night. They're nice.
Former Avalanche goaltender, too. Grubauer in net for Seattle. That's so frustrating.
I know, dude. Oh, I know.
So frustrating.
I know.
Watching the Avalanche.
I know.
I want to see Seattle fans crying. I don't feel good for you.
Yeah,
I need Dikembe Mutombo to give the Avalanche a pep talk before Game 6.
Fair enough. I mean, it's in that same building, by the way. That's going to be in that same building.
He needs to fire them up.
Yep.
Backs against the wall. Guys are looking ahead. Got to get out of the first round at least. Get out of the first round. You just want a Stanley Cup.
I know. I got to wait till Saturday for Game 6 of the Kings game because the crypto arena is full with Lakers and no Clippers anymore. No, I watched Kings Oilers the other night and it was bothering me so much. There was 3-2 in the first period. Did you see all the goals in that game? It was bonkers. Just goal. Yeah, it was something else. All right, draft tonight, Amory. I got a number of storylines that I think, but let me.
I just heard a crazy one.
Go ahead.
So Arizona, with the 3rd overall pick, will trade with the Tennessee Titans, and the Tennessee Titans will select C.J. Stroud.
And then Arizona's going to drop down to 11 and get what else?
So they'll drop. They'll go to 11, but Tennessee will send a second round picks as a 2024 third rounder in exchange. It's in a fourth rounder.
Wait, say it again. So they'll drop down to 11 from 3. Get what else?
And so they'll get a second round.
Another second round pick this year, which will be 41.
Yep. And then a 2024 third rounder. And then it says in exchange for this pick, and the Cardinals 2023 fourth rounder, number 105.
I think Tennessee's getting a way better deal there, don't you?
Yeah, and I guess what I've been hearing is Arizona is desperate for some picks, but
they're not getting enough though.
That's not enough either.
I need a third rounder there.
Absolutely.
In this year's, if that's the point. If I'm giving up number 3,
if I was the Titans, that's the craziest.
No, if I'm the Cardinals.
I mean the Cardinals. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you think of that? I think Tennessee's stealing it.
That's the great move for Tennessee. That would be a great move for Tennessee, and not for the Indianapolis Colts, who are number 4 pick. But that's the craziest rumor I've heard.
All right, so I'm hearing that the Colts are in love with Will Levis.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Is that just Will Levis spewing that, or I mean that's your team-in-law? And
no, I've heard they are too. But for my Colts insider, he wants C.J. Stroud.
Well, what he wants and what they want are going to be completely different things.
And he's disturbed that Will Levis drinks mayonnaise in his coffee. If you didn't see that yesterday on the social media,
I did not.
It's gross me. I can't even watch it. It's his thing.
So instead of creamer, he puts mayonnaise in there?
Yes.
Man, I don't want to knock it until I try it, but I don't want to try because it sounds nauseating.
It sounds
doesn't it? I don't like to knock things until I try it, but I don't want to try it because it sounds like it would just induce.
It was funny. I was just looking up. I was looking up like who's taking who, and I was just researching the draft yesterday, and that's what popped up about Will Levis. I'm like, okay, this is good.
How does that go in the draft room? Well, I mean, he's really good, guys. But I don't know, man. He puts mayonnaise in there. I can't. I like mustard.
Like, okay.
I'm a mustard guy.
Did you like his tape?
No, he made a really nice throw. Look at his arm. He throws he can throw every route. He stands. He's strong. He did really well. But for crying out loud, he puts mayonnaise in his coffee. That's a character. Freaking disgusting.
I know, but I was just like, oh my gosh,
it's a red flag. Yeah, it's a character red flag. I mean, we just can't. I can't. And by the way, now we're gonna have to get mayonnaise. Is it gonna be Duke's Mayo? Is it best food? Is Miracle Whip matter? Because I got some Miracle Whip in the fridge. Do we have to start stocking the coffee thing?
You have mayo in your fridge? Is that it?
Do I have mayo in my fridge? I don't believe I do. Do you?
Oh
no,
I do.
Do you?
Yeah, but I'm not putting it in my coffee. I'm like my sandwiches.
Yeah, that's what it's for. Potato salad or something.
Yeah.
Tuna, yeah. I can't remember the last time I used mayonnaise.
Well, now you have to go
not
look
that I
at
have
it.
anything against it. I used to be more of a mayo guy than a mustard guy, and I've switched
I love both.
as I got older.
I love all condiments.
I like condiments mostly too. But Audra kind of got me out. She's like, she can't stand it. So any
That's
mayo-based
so funny.
food, I get. So if there's a side that there's a mayo-based something, I get double.
So what I would do after this blowing up on social media and taking over Will Levis's whatever draft news yesterday, I would definitely get like mayonnaise to endorse me or something, or Duke's or something.
Duke's mayo, dude. Is there a do you have a quirk? Is there some sort of like quirk food that you eat that everybody would go, oh, what the hell? Like when I first heard about peanut butter and bananas, I'm like, what are you doing? And then I tried it and I'm like,
Oh,
you know what?
I love that.
That's actually pretty damn good. Yeah. Do you have one? Like mayonnaise in your coffee?
It's so
Food wise,
I mean, other than the crappy candy corn,
other than the amazing candy I eat,
crap that you eat. Yeah.
I think what would be
I
an
dip it in
odd
barbecue
combination.
sauce. I dip my candy corn in barbecue sauce. I don't do that, but I might. I wouldn't be against it. Yeah. I eat prime or not prime rib. What do I put between apple fritters at Isotopes Park? What is it? Just brisket. I put brisket between apple fritters.
That's a sweet and savory thing. That's not crazy to me.
Yeah. All right, I teased this, so I want to put this out there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get us off track. But the
it's
Tennessee
really good.
Titans
we're
trading
here.
up trading with Arizona Cardinals, number 3.
We're here to be off track, actually, because there really is no track to be on. Everything's speculation. right now.
Well, that just freaked me out about Will Levis.
So I almost kind of want to try it, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying because I used to, and I've been
butter
drinking.
and coffee was a thing.
Well, that's a keto. Yeah, trainers like it's a keto thing. It's supposed to give you
What
a lot of
is?
energy. Butter and coffee.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people who do keto.
Unless you got like clogged arteries.
No, it's when you're using grass-fed real butter, it's different.
It's real butter.
Grass-fed real butter.
Real butter.
Mantequilla.
Yeah.
Mantequilla.
So
Butter.
okay, if Will
Parquet,
Levis
but-
goes,
all right.
okay, if Will Levis goes the Colts, I'll do it. I'll try it once.
I want to go backwards though, because the mayonnaise thing. The reason I put cream in the coffee is a texture thing. It's not even right. That it's not even a.
I'm
taste
more
thing for me.
concerned with the Titans trading with the Cardinals, but
All right, I'm more concerned about a guy putting mayonnaise in his.
So
food.
it does feel like though there is a consensus that
someone's trading the Cardinals.
Houston
is not going with a quarterback.
Not going with quarterback.
Yes.
It's insane to me. So what are they going to do? Well, all right. Let me
Unless they come back at 12
and take a quarterback, if Richardson's still there, or they go Hendon.
and this could be a place that Hendon Hooker does work, because if you're going position player or anything other than a quarterback at 2, you are convinced that front office, that ownership is saying, hey, we are giving you some time.
Well, he's got
Put
6
this
years.
roster together.
So I don't know if the GM's got 6 years, but D'Amico Ryan's has got 6 years, or at least he's now look, he's got a 6-year contract. So what does he care? He's going to get paid. They fire their last 2 coaches after 1 year.
But if I'm almost at the point though, if I go Will Anderson at 2, I'll just come back with best player available, like punt. If you're that invested in saying, hey, we're going to get this roster right.
Well,
get the players.
another crazy. That's the Cardinal. The Titans go with the Cardinals, and the number 12 pick, the Seattle Seahawks. That's another one projected to trade with the Houston Texans to get a quarterback. That's the other rumor I heard. So they would trade up, sending the Texans number 20 and their second round 2 selection in exchange for a pick.
Seattle's got 5.
Yeah, they got a lot. Yeah.
So what I'm looking at, Houston's got number 12.
I mean, to trade, yes.
So I'm not sure what you said.
I'm sorry. So the Seattle Seahawks will trade with Houston for 12.
What are they going to give them?
From 20 to 12.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Sorry.
So they're going to go up from 20 to 12 to get a quarterback?
Yeah, Anthony Richardson projected.
Why would Houston just keep going backwards and back?
don't
I guess the answer is if they load up, they don't like their roster. Okay,
They don't.
And there's a lot to not like. Like they flat out have said that look, our roster isn't good enough to win. You can put Brett Favre in here, you can put Aaron Rodgers
Even
in
though
here. you
we
can put
love
whoever you
Davis
want.
Mills.
And so I think that the thought process would be let's load up on studs and figure out the quarterback thing next year. Now I don't know what the hell you do this year. We mentioned Ryan Tannehill. How do you get Ryan Tannehill?
We trade a draft pick for him.
You 5th round pick, 6th round pick next year. So you in division, you think they do that?
If you're Tennessee, and if you come out of this draft with C.J. Stroud, and you're that done on
You don't care.
Ryan Tannehill,
You don't care.
You're not worried.
All right. I gave you this going to the break, and I want to follow through on it. I talk about there's going to be trades, and you may see some guys like we always see trades on draft day, and they've moved up and they've traded this pick and this pick and this pick and a package of picks for this package of picks. Look for one or some of these guys to go during this process, and this is when you're mentioning the Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins is on the trade block. Would you be stunned if Dalvin Cook got packaged today in some sort of a deal?
I would not be surprised.
I would
at
not
all.
either.
And I think he's not going to be a Minnesota Viking as of
I
tomorrow.
wouldn't either. Buda Baker, I think, is a name. JJ, you wrote down here, and I think this is absolute, Austin Eckler.
Yep.
Can we see some movement that includes some star players? And I think the concept is I'm giving up my number one, I'm moving down, but is DeAndre Hopkins better than the number one I'm going to get? Now it's going to be more
none
expensive.
of these guys are going for a first-round pick.
Right, but okay, is he better? Then the answer is easy. Is he better for anything that I'm giving up? I'm giving you a second, third, whatever. Yeah, then this is a no-brainer. If I can get Austin Eckler for a second and a third.
The problem there is his thing is he wants
a lot of money. He wants a lot of money. Yep.
And I think with Dalvin Cook, you're not necessarily looking at a guy that you're bringing in. He's going to be like, you got to give me a new 4-year deal right now. Hopkins, that one, it's going to cost you some money, but just convert what's left, most of it, into like a signing bonus, just what exactly happened with the Aaron Rodgers trade. And then that's how you make these things work. As you look and said, oh, there's a giant cap hit. Well, just convert that to signing bonus. Like, you can do that.
All right, when we come back, since we're talking running backs, there's a really good running back that may go to the top of the draft, but what people are saying and why Bijan Robinson may not go as high as maybe he thinks. We're going to get into the running back thing and what Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said about the mistake they made when they drafted Ezekiel Elliott that high.
And I got to tell you about 377 Brewery. It is beer week here at the radio stations, and it's been awesome. We've featured beer every week. On Monday, we featured 377 Brewery. Been telling you about 377 Brewery. It's conveniently located on the northwest corner of Yale and Gibson, and their sweet deal this week, and they're going fast, are gift cards. You can get a $50 gift card for only $25, and you got to get over there. They have an amazing kitchen, a full bar. Their weekends are popping right now. They have stand-up comedy, live music, and a brand new brunch on Sunday from 10 to 2. So go to sportsanimalabq.com and take advantage of the sweet deal. Again, a $50 gift card for only $25. Go check out 377 or check them out at 377brewery.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by
Break them and see if there's some mayonnaise. Because there's part of me that just kind of needs to try. If I try it, will you?
Yes.
All right. I
Like maybe I don't know.
but then I may just zook and be sick, and you guys have to do the rest of the show.
Maybe we'll do it on Friday. So I don't know.
Because I don't want to sit here and just spackle the studio. I think that'd be a bad look. Oof. I mean, that's way ruder than not turning off your computer.
Look up.
Right?
Did you look it up?
Look up what?
I'm going to show you the video at break.
Of what?
That's how I found out about Will Levis was putting it all over.
Spackling the studio.
No, all over social media.
Yeah, that'd be rude. 'Cause, I mean, that's like way more rude than like not turning off your computer or something, right? All right, so running backs in this draft, and I don't know what they drink, what they put in their coffee, but right at the top is Bijan Robinson, and JJ, you found this quote. It was a NFL executive who said, "quote He's special, but not worth the investment." Look at all the teams that signed running backs to second contract. It's not pretty, and many never see the end of the deal, end quote. To that matter, let's look at Ezekiel Elliott. And Jerry Jones took a shot at Zeke this week and said, quote, Zeke was picked too high for us. Right? That's end quote. What was he, the fourth pick in 2016?
Which, it's a little harsh.
Well, it's really
Gary.
harsh.
Like, why now are you taking a shot at Zeke Elliott?
100%. I don't get it.
You guys were like, buddy, and then he leaves, and then you're like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have taken him. He hasn't signed anyone. But that's one, he did perform. Wasn't the worst fourth overall pick we've ever seen.
Look.
But what's also interesting is when you hear a quote like that and say, well, second contracts, they never work out. Well, yeah, but why don't you just
take one
use
now
him 5 years?
Yes.
And then you don't have to pay him after that.
Easy answer, right? That's 100% is the answer. If there's a guy like this that comes along, let me get him for 5 years, and then in 5 years, let me worry about it 5 years down the line. If he's a stud, I've got a first world problem to deal with. And if he's a good running back, I let him go, or I sign him to. If he doesn't want to take what I'm offering, he goes. Right? When we're dealing, how many are we dealing with? We're dealing with Derrick Henry. We're dealing with what's our guy with the Giants? Saquon Barkley. Jonathan Taylor might be in that category. Who else, man? Austin Eckler thinks he's that guy, and he's finding out that nobody's going to pay him.
And that's why I'm not anti running back if you believe the dude is that good, because get the best out of him. The 5th year option, you can pick it up. Yeah, it's a good guaranteed chunk of money for these guys, but then you don't have to give him that second contract. We've seen it. We're seeing it happen now, kind of with Josh Jacobs. Now the Raiders declined his 5th year option before he had a breakout year, but to me it's not crazy to kind of think the opposite and going, well, I'll get a running back if I believe he's that good, use him for 5 years, and then say peace out.
Yeah, I think that's, if you're telling me that, why would you sign a guy big contract like that's, to me, the argument is for drafting a running back high. Then let me get my stud now, and I don't have to worry about it. Text line says tomorrow A. Marie should put mayo in Kyle's coffee. How'd that go over? Hey, hubby, here's your coffee.
No, he told me, it was so funny. We were watching this video. He's like, now I don't want Will Levis as my quarterback because it freaked him out.
Because of that?
No, he's kidding. But
does he drink coffee?
Oh yeah, big
So
coffee.
what if you slipped a little mayo in there?
That'd be funny.
No, according to the text line, you should.
Okay.
Text line also says, see, this is where we go. Nobody gives a damn about the draft. They care about mayo. I learned while growing up, you put a cup of mayo in when making chocolate cake. Okay, I can almost understand that.
The moistness.
Yeah, I can almost understand that. Yeah. Oh.
It's just the mayo doesn't like dissolve. Like it doesn't. It's like chunky in the coffee. I'm
Is it?
I'm gonna show you a break.
All right, I can't do chunks in my coffee. Now, if you're telling me it's gonna be chunky, I can't try it.
Yeah, no.
Because then I'm gonna blow chunky. Like with all due respect, no. Can you do chunks in your coffee?
Well, I'm getting grossed out.
No, it's
right
going to
now.
make my uvula tickle, and I'm going to freaking spackle. Yes. All right, keep them coming. 505-246-0610. That's how to get here. Everyone wants to trade down, but only 2 teams in the top 5 have traded down since 2013 when they're on the clock. What does that mean for this year's draft? I'll tell you who those teams were, how it ended up for them, and what you can expect at the top of the draft, which is tonight. It's up Thursday. Glad you're with us on the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A. Marie. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks. You can watch the show on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, Comcast Channel 26, or ProView Networks YouTube channel. Thanks for being with us this morning. Really appreciate you spending some time on the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports in New Mexico.
For 5 years running, it's the OD and the AM. With 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie Castillo, and JJ Bond.
Draft day, boys and girls. Well, there's 3 draft days, right? I mean, the NFL owns the world. Not only do they have draft day, they got draft weekend. Draft Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And you'll watch it. You may not watch it all. I've evolved. I used to not be able to sit around and look. Can I sit there and just eat up every speck of it? I can't. I know some of you can, and God bless you if you can. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm the last guy who's going to tell you what to like. Although, man, now that I've seen that video, mayonnaise in the coffee. Have you seen the video now?
Yeah, Will Levis.
Okay, he didn't just squirt like a little, like you would put a little cream in there.
One of the top picks in the draft has mayo in his coffee.
But he takes the bottle and it's not a little squirt. It's like
I can't it's like
3
I can't.
squirts.
Oh.
And then he mixes it in. It's all chunky.
I'm telling you, my favorite part is I'm doing research on the draft last night. I'm looking up. I'm like, okay, who's gonna trade? And just Will Levis and mayonnaise and coffee just controlled my timeline.
All right, you don't have to get into that. Although, I mean, I am curious. So, what are some of the kind of weirdest things you eat or drink, or that people would go, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, and then they try and go, "Oh, you know what?" Like brisket and apple fritters. like something like that. I mean, because we all got to have something, don't we? Probably don't even know we do it. We just do it because we think it's really good. I'll give you this. Well, this isn't weird. I love like barbecue sauce on my potato salad. So that's not weird though, right? Is it?
No, not at all. I don't think that's weird.
I always like if there's extra or in my coleslaw.
I don't think that's weird.
Yeah, I do that. All right. Good morning to you, by the way. NBA last night, Bucks are out, number 1 overall seed, number 1 seed in the East. They were up 16 points going in the fourth quarter. Miami came back. Jimmy Butler led them 42 points. Bam Adebayo had a 20-10-10 triple-double. The Miami Heat eliminate the top seed in the East in 5 games. They'll go on to play the Knicks, who were winners last night, 106-95 over Cleveland. So you got a semifinal in the East, Miami and the Knicks. Last night in the West, Warriors go to Sacramento, win on the road for the 26th consecutive playoff series. That's every series postseason in the Klay Thompson, Steph Curry era. Every postseason series that they've been in, they've won a road game. They are up 3-2, going home to San Francisco to try to close out the Kings. Lakers lose in Memphis, 116-99. Grizzlies stay alive. 3-2 is LA's lead, headed back to Los Angeles to try to close out that series. The 2 winners of those 2 series will meet in the next round in the Western Conference semifinals. Last night, U.S. Open Cup at Isotopes Park. That's Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park. New Mexico United, 2-1 U.S. Open Cup victory over Phoenix Rising. Rising played a man short because of a red card late in the first half. Came back and equalized with in the 78th minute. And then you got a late goal by New Mexico United to win the thing. They will move on and go to the round of 32 in the U.S. Open Cup. And you were out there last night. How was it feel last night out of the park? Not your regular United crowd because there's no season ticket base. There's no corporate rights. So
it was a little surprising.
Well,
surprising in what midweek way? Game, like you said, outside of your season ticket package.
I'm surprised they didn't announce 12,000.
You go in and you're like, oh, yeah, this is life. It happens.
It's like everybody else is dealing with, man. You got it's something new. It's a one-off thing, and you got to get back into people's pockets and have them pay up again. And they ran $19 specials. I mean, they did everything right. It's reality, man. It's a Wednesday night game in a U.S. Open Cup against Phoenix Rising, and there are 4 NBA games on, and kids have games and homework, and it's life. That's what it is. All right, draft tonight. So everyone wants to trade down, right? And you came up with this, and this is really good. Only 2 teams in the top 5. That means you have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overall pick. Have traded down since 2013 when they're on the clock. Now, plenty of teams have traded down beforehand, before. But once they're on the clock, and you see this all the time with trades, but not at the very, very top. So 2013, Miami moved up to number 3 when they were on the clock to grab Deion Jordan. They traded with Oakland. Deion Jordan was a pass rusher out of Oregon. And then in 2014, the next year, there were 2 trades up top. The Rams got number 2 overall. They got Greg Robinson. That came out from the Robert Griffin, the 3rd trade. And then the other was the Bills moving up. They got Sammy Watkins, 4th overall. Sammy Watkins went 4th overall with Cleveland. So I don't see huge results from any of this. Do you?
No. And it's also, the article I was reading on that, it talks about the challenge involved because when you're talking about top 5 draft picks, the immense value. And then so you're like, what is going to be fair? And that's why we saw Carolina get that deal done with Chicago so early because you're talking through everything. Right. And all right, first round pick, here's a compensation, plus DJ Moore. When that clock starts, and
it goes quick, man.
15 minutes, you can't be sitting there thinking that, we're going to get from 11 to 3 just like that.
Yeah.
And so that's why if a trade doesn't happen before the start of the draft, you're probably not going to see one of these teams in the top 5 be able to trade down because you have to work out so much compensation.
Credit J.J. Buck on this right here. But on that Sammy Watkins thing, the Bills moving up to grab Sammy Watkins, 4th overall while Cleveland was on the clock. But the Rams moved back and got a pick in the 2nd round, and that's where they got Aaron Donald with that 2nd round pick. It's how what do you do with the draft picks? How do you evaluate this thing 2 years later? What are you doing? Like I look at some of this stuff. I'm like Deion Jordan, Greg Robinson, Sammy Watkins, even. Really? Now we're talking at the top of the draft. Everybody's quarterback hungry. I'm just going to tell you, I firmly believe, and if we sit here, if we're blessed enough to be here 2 years from now, I mean, here, like in the studio,
that got a little dark.
If we're blessed overall, I guess. But I mean, if we're doing this, and I want to look back on this, I don't love any of these quarterbacks. But if you're going to give me, what are we saying? There's top four. Is there a top three, a top four, a top five? I mean, it's Young, Levis, and Stroud in whatever order you like. And then we're throwing Richardson and Hooker in there somehow peripherally. Is there a top how many?
What's top? Feels like there's a top four.
With Richardson and Hooker's on the outside?
And Hooker's a guy that teams are talking themselves like, all right, if he slides a little bit, you're comfortable grabbing him, understanding, the process. It was good to see some video of Richardson, though, or not, excuse me, Hendon Hooker.
Mm-hmm.
So, working out, coming off the knee injury, torn ACL.
All right, so when we sit here in 2 years, let's just say the top four, all right? Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson. What's 365 times 2? Whatever it is. 700 and whatever it is. We're going to look back at this draft. Of the four of them, how many will have made a positive impact? What would we say are on track, were successes? And 2 years is a tough, maybe a little too short to completely decide, but you got an idea. 2?
I'll go with 2.
I'll go with 2 as well.
I mean, that's what the averages tell you, and the average would tell you even less than 2. Right? I mean, the average would tell you, and somebody lower, like a Hooker, like a Jake Haener, like somebody lower, a quarterback that gets picked later, like a Lamar, like a Hurts, right? I mean, look at the guys who are getting paid right now. Lamar Jackson was the last pick of the first round, correct?
Yes, he was.
Jalen Hurts was a second-round pick or a third-round pick?
Second-round pick.
Right? Who's getting paid today? Jalen Hurts just got paid. Lamar's going to get paid. This is where I tell you every year, and I'm like, be careful. I just think you get so hungry, man.
You get enamored.
You get enamored, but you're starving for a quarterback. And you are these teams at the top of the draft. You're Carolina. How many times have you done this? Houston, I almost respect where they're going, although I don't totally get it. It's not like they got something to lean back on. Indianapolis, right? They're so hungry. They've tried Phillip Rivers and Carson Wentz and Matt Ryan, and all that tasted like mayonnaise in your coffee, like they just want to go to Starbucks. And they don't give a damn, and they're going to convince themselves that stuff they get at Allsup's is Starbucks. Right? Am I wrong with this? They are so thirsty for a quarterback. And so they're seeing, I mean, do you really believe that those four guys are 4 of the 5 best guys in the players in the draft? But it's that position. And I just, that's why there's a big part of me that respects what Houston's doing. If they don't think what's going to be there at 2 is their franchise quarterback, then go do something else and load up that crummy roster.
At first I was shocked. I was like, how could you even be thinking about this?
I know.
You have a chance at one of the top 2 quarterbacks in this draft. I think that these guys are really good. I'm with you on the hesitation for Bryce Young because it's not that. I think he has the best pocket awareness. He can make throws, but just a little dude. And it's not that, short quarterbacks haven't been successful. He's just a small guy.
He's slight.
That he had to, really push it and bulk up to get to 204 at the combine. And you just wonder if that's something that he can just sustain normally. And you figure, all right, you have an opportunity to get one of those guys, get him and go. But I come around on the fact that if you have the blessing, like if your franchise, your owner, and that's where it starts.
100%.
If your owner is okay with, hey, we're going to take the next 2 years and try to load up this roster as best as possible and then take our chance at a quarterback. It's not crazy. Like, I'm on board because if I'm going Will Anderson at 2 if I'm the Houston Texans, I'm not coming back with Richardson or Hooker at 12 then. think I'm just going all in.
Well, you got to have a plan at quarterback, right? And what you're saying is Richardson and Hooker wouldn't be your guy this year, so I'm going to go find a veteran stopgap for this year, and I'll worry about it next year. It's kind of what you're saying. Yes. Let me build this roster. Let me get this. It's kind of
now Anthony Richardson at 12 would be hard to pass up, given what you just didn't select at 2, because you're talking about project development. That's Richardson.
Okay. All right, when we come back, a playoff team has just had one of their high-priced offensive linemen suspended. What will that mean for this playoff team headed into the draft? Do they start looking different places? It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A. Marie, and Adrian on 95.9 FM at AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by KFC.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Announced that he's in the transfer portal yesterday. This one got weird, JJ. We're going to get back in the NFL draft here in a second on the opening drive. He put out the typical thank you to everybody and thank you that. And then I think the template says, with that being said, like, do you have to put that in your tweet? With that being said, I'm entering the portal. Yeah. I think but his mom came out on the Twitter, and I guess Deion Hunter's mom, and kind of railed on UNM football, and then deleted the tweet. But I thought it was weird that I don't know, weird. What does that even mean anymore? Basically, she said, a hometown guy gets treated like bleep. It doesn't mean anything to the university, and what are we doing? And that's what's going on with here's the tweet from the mom before it got taken down. Give it your all to get treated like bleep. Got me twisted. Homegrown local kid doesn't mean bleep to this university. I've never ever spoke out against a coach, being a former coach's wife myself, but WTF is going on with UNM football explains a lot now why players left. That was her tweet, and then she took it down. I'm not sure I've seen, and that just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean it hasn't happened, a parent coming out like that. I don't know what happened with Deion Hunter and UNM coaching staff and whatever. I mean, there's a local kid that got a chance to play football here, became a starter, became a pretty good player here. I don't know where he's going to end up. But that got a little saucy, didn't it?
It did. And that happens occasionally. Parents get a little feisty on social media. That one was hot and spicy.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of sauce, by the way, the text line. No, this is a email, Jeff at sportsanalytics.com. Hey, Marie, I've been asking, what do you like? Weird foods. Harold said the Golden Pride number 9 life hack: pay 50 cents for a side of their barbecue sauce and put it on your burrito. It's flippin' flavor explosion in your mouth. Really? See, I love the 2. I eat a lot, so that's why I'm so fat. But I get a 2 and a 9. So the 9 is the egg.
9 is the go.
The 9 is the egg, green chili, cheese, bacon, right? Yeah. I'll put a little barbecue sauce and see how that feels. I don't have a problem with it. I can see that being really good.
Yeah, I don't think that's weird though.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Different. I don't think it's like mayonnaise in your coffee.
God, no.
I can't get it out of my head.
So,
all right, everyone go try that.
Mayonnaise in your coffee?
No, the barbecue sauce on the number 9 at Golden Pride.
Okay, all right. I told you going into the break that a playoff team has lost a high-priced lineman. So the Jaguars left tackle Cam Robinson, who is going into the second year of a 3-year, $52, almost $53 million deal. Like, this is their guy, their left tackle. This is the protection for Trevor Lawrence. Looking at a multi-game suspension for violating the NFL's performance-enhancing drug policy came out this morning. So they're awaiting results of his B sample before they decide on the length of the suspension. But it would be his first offense. He could be suspended for 2, 6, or 8 games, depending on what substance was found in his sample. Where do we go? Does that change what you do? This is your left tackle. This is your high-priced left tackle. This is your guy who protects your high-priced quarterback. You pick 24th. Does it change at all what you do in the draft? Or are you thinking third round, I need another lineman?
It does change things.
It kind of does, right?
Yeah, if there is a guy that you have highly rated on the offensive line and he is still there at 24, you have to think of selecting him because you need to protect your franchise quarterback. The trenches are where you start with your franchise, and the Jaguars have done a really good job the last few drafts when getting Trevor Lawrence, getting Travis Etienne, first-round running back, but it was late in the first round, getting him some weapons. Well, you got to protect him so he can use those weapons.
All right. So that's there. They've been dissecting the Aaron Rodgers trade more. Did you see what he is due right now in 2024? Have you seen the number for Aaron Rodgers salary-wise next year? So, right, they got their deal. He's making whatever. So he was heading into the second year of a 3-year, $150 million contract that he signed last offseason. There are 2 years and $108.7 million left on the deal. And the way that $108.7 million is doled out, though, it's not split evenly. So ESPN found this contract. According to ESPN, the Packers converted Rodgers' $58.3 million option for this year. It was bonus. They put it into a 2024 salary. So all this is word salad. Let me just get you what it means. Next year, he's on the books for the Jets for $107.5 million. So this year, it's just $1.165 million. So you're getting your quarterback for $1.165 million. Next year, it's $107 million. How do you do that?
Who knows?
Like, I don't even understand some of the ways these contracts are done in salary. It boggles my mind almost as much as mayonnaise in your coffee. Are you $108 million? So he's on the books for $107.5 million next year. So it had to happen for the Jets to fit Rodgers into their salary cap this year, and him agreeing to sign a revised deal actually saved the Packers $14.6 million in cap room. But he did his old team a favor on the way out. But at $107 million, you can't do that. So they'll rework the deal. But that's where he is right now. He's on the books right now for next year at $107 million. It's unbelievable. All right, let's go. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. We can talk a little transfer portal and coaches and whatever you want to do. Rudy, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. How you living, Rudy?
Oh, I'm doing good. Hey, a couple of things. UNM didn't invent NIL. I don't know. I read Sports Speak Up today, and nothing chaps me more than uninformed people getting to have their moment in the sun with an actual space in the sports page sounding off about how we've sold our soul for NIL. NIL was a Supreme Court, not New Mexico, Supreme Court of the United States is what started NIL. It wasn't anything UNM came up with as a ruse to try to extort more money from the boosters. That kind of stuff, when I see that, it's like Danny being ambushed by a Little League mommy. Okay, because that's what that was. If you don't have the guts to say what your issue is, don't say anything at all. Deion Hunter got treated well. I don't know what Deion Hunter's mom wants for Deion. Maybe it's NIL. Come out and say it. But you don't.
Is that what this is about? Is that what you're hearing? That they're unhappy because his NIL deal isn't enough?
I have no idea, and I never get involved in that stuff. How I get involved in NIL is I go to Kurt Roth and say, what can I do to help? And he asks for help, and I give him the help that he asked for.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know what the deal was with Deion. And if you're alluding to it wasn't NIL, a big NIL deal, I don't know. But, whatever it was.
Well, it couldn't be playing time, could it, Jeff?
I mean, he got plenty of it, didn't he?
He started.
Yeah.
He was the projected starter at linebacker again.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know what being treated like S means.
Yeah.
Come out and say it.
Yeah.
But that's a former wife of a coach.
Wife of a former coach. I think they're still married. I think wife of a former coach. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe the kid shouldn't be on a team if that's what happens when your mommy has to go fight your battles for you.
Yeah, that's never good luck. Never good luck. All right,
It's not a good look. And Danny will find somebody who will play that position just as well as Dion. That's what's happened every time in the past. It's just a sucky way to have to go in. This whole transfer portal thing is having all kinds of consequences. Here's one of them right there.
Ain't over. All right, Rudy, good to hear you. Thanks. It ain't over. It's just not. I mean, this is. I got another one earlier today. It said something about we got to get rid of the NIL. And I'm like, you're not getting rid of NIL as much as you want to. Here, Carl says Bob Davey didn't breeze him because he was afraid of losing players to injury. Jeffrey, is Gonzalez going to have to stop in order to keep these guys who got yelled at or maybe didn't get the number of touches they wanted from entering the portal? When you are losing projected starters, the portal needs to go away. Carl, it ain't going away. And by the way, Colorado lost 41 players. How many projected starters? Yeah, go ahead.
These sports parents have existed since the beginning of time. So we just have social
didn't
media
have
now.
Twitter, yeah.
They just have Twitter now. That's the difference.
Yeah.
These moms have always existed. I'm telling you.
And again,
this is not surprising to me.
If there's a legitimate gripe, and I don't want to sit here and because I don't know. I don't know what happened between UNM football and Deion Hunter. I have no idea. If you got a gripe, then air your gripe. Right? I mean, a cryptic tweet, I don't know that it helps anybody. Maybe it makes you feel better. But because there's a disgruntled player, well, they're all leaving. They're not all leaving, man. And by the way, check out every program in America. Colorado State just went through it last year when they changed coaches, and Nevada's gone through it. And I mean, every San Diego State's gone through it. Everybody goes through it. The portal's real, man. And all these guys that you're getting in, right? All these players that you got in to fill holes, football, basketball, whatever it is, that you're so happy to get somewhere else in the portal. Does that mean that they're disgruntled or the other program is horrible or the other coaches are brutal? That's what this has done, man. And so to start passing judgment, the program's in shambles, stop it. If this was the only program in America in which guys were leaving, then we could have that conversation. But there's no more, and in many cases less, guys leaving than most places. Go look at the averages. It's hard to get used to the new norm, man. And this will evolve too. Changes aren't permanent, but change is. And it's hard to get used to change. I'm struggling with it too. I don't love it. But my option is just get out of it. So I've opted to stay in it. I'm trying to deal with it. I think, as a fan, I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but I'll make a suggestion. You got to go with this because we're not going back to the way it used to be. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and A-Marie, thank you so much for being with us on a Thursday on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report brought to you by San.
Pitch is a line drive right at the shortstop for out number 3.
Apodaca ripped to left field. That will bounce in, so it's going to be extra bases as they'll have to chase that one at the wall in the warning track. Flipped up, there's no play at home. So it's an RBI double for Andrew Apodaca. Runner at third. High leverage spot. Can Chavez keep the tie? No, that's going to be cracked into left field. It's a base hit as Love puts The Sandia Matadors ahead for the first time today.
The 0-2. It's upstairs, goes to the backstop, and the run will not score. Gun down at home.
Chavez rocks and fires. Ahmed, that's going to be an RBI for Ahmed as that one right through the gap in right center. Petrie will scoop that one, and it's looking like a triple as Ahmed plugs into third base, and what a way to score that run for the Matadors.
Coach Romero barking out his orders there to his players. He's been around the game for a long time. Nice shot to center field. That'll bring runners in. Just like that, La Cueva will bring 3 runners in to go up 3-0. Runner advances to third. Shot to center. That looks good. That's gone. Man, outstanding center shot there. As La Cueva will score. Antonio Lucero, second baseman, quite the hitter. Shot to third, and good catch, and she gets the out. Outstanding play by Trinity Bazan. Nice bright spot.
Costly errors allowed Cleveland to get 1 run back. That one's hit on the ground to the left side. Throw to first in time. Throw home. Got her. Whoa, what a play.
Next door or something. Not sure, but they came out here, and Ellison cracks an RBI out to left field. That's where you got to do it. 1 run, 2 run, and this game could very well be over. It's a play at the plate. It's sliding, and that will do it. The Rams walk off the La Cueva Bears. It's a 3-run batted in shot by Dean Ellison.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say, people mean more.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us on.
Make sure you know. I'm just giving you ideas. All right, we're talking about different foods, different like what do you eat that's weird? Mayonnaise in your coffee. We're talking about the draft. Who's going at the top? So the rumor this morning is, Amory, you're telling me, is the Cardinals are going to trade out of number 3 down to 11 with Tennessee. Tennessee's going to jump up. They'll give them 11, a second-round pick, and a third-round next year, which I don't think is enough.
I don't think it's
And then they're going to the Titans are going to take C.J. Stroud out of Ohio State. That's but that hasn't happened yet, correct?
No.
All right. That's the rumor this morning in the rumor mill. Text line says condiment coffee chunk-wise. All right, so here. This is draft talk. If you're just
It
joining
really
us,
is, though.
Will Levis, the quarterback out of Kentucky, evidently likes mayonnaise in his coffee. I'm like, all right. I mean, and I know you all spit your coffee out just now, but don't knock it till you try it. And then I saw the video, and it's not like a little squirt, like you put a little creamer in your coffee. It was like 3 out of the mayonnaise jar, the little the plastic, 3 of them, right? And then chunks, and I'm like,
It's so good. And he's drinking it.
All
He
right.
loves it.
So Carl said put barbecue sauce on your number 9 over at Golden Pride. This guy says condiment coffee chunk-wise, my go-to is bits of chocolate, doses of chili powder, and ground black peppercorns, sometimes with Worcestershire sauce, or maybe the sauce straight out of the bottle afterwards. So in your coffee,
Wait.
is this all at once? Okay. I actually get the chocolate bits in your coffee.
Like maybe some. I've seen people put different kind of powders, like spicy.
Okay, so he's like doses of chili powder, ground black peppercorns, or Worcestershire.
Wait. Well.
You don't like Worcestershire sauce?
Not in my coffee.
I don't even know how to say it. Worcestershire.
I know. I like it in my Bloody Marys.
It's good in your bloody. You know what's really good in? Burgers, dude. If you put it
Totally.
in ground beef and burger.
Totally.
Oh. But
me
then he
out.
says, or maybe the sauce straight out of the bottle afterwards. Like, dude drinks Worcestershire? I mean, do your thing, man. Like a lot of people drink pickle juice.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Have you tried that? I've
yeah,
tried
it
that.
became
It's
trendy
disgusting.
when I was bartending in New York. They were called pickleback shots. They were still popular. You drink a shot of Jameson and then a shot of pickle juice.
Which tastes worse?
People love them.
So did you charge for the pickle juice?
Yeah, $1 more. It's New York.
$1 more?
You know, it's like
it's a
$1 million shot.
Yeah, right. I know my shot was
in
$14.
New York. But supposedly the pickle juice cures hangovers.
Yes, yes. I can't. I guess as a shot, I could do anything.
Again, in my Bloody Mary, I'll put all that stuff.
Yeah. You like pickle juice?
No, I
You
don't.
like pickles?
I don't like pickles either.
Pickles on a burger? Is there any way
No.
you like pickles?
No.
What about you go
I
to
get them, so I give them to Kyle.
All right, how about this one? So I know you've done this. You're on 57th Street, and you go into Mort's Deli, and you're ready to have a Reuben, and they have all that pickles on the table, the big
Yeah.
fat dill pickles.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you like those?
No.
Those are good. See those?
Not a pickle guy.
All right, fair enough. Those ones are good. All right, give me your latest rumor that you're buying into, JJ, for the draft.
Latest rumor that I'm buying into.
Yeah, because here we go today
for the draft.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee moving up to get a quarterback is real.
Okay.
But that's one that if they get it done, it's probably going to come down before 6 o'clock. Because if Arizona gets on the clock,
it's tough.
They better have that deal done and just waiting to announce it. Because that's going to be a lot to work through at that moment. And Arizona's been throwing it out there like we have multiple offers for 3, so they're trying to get people to probably get a little bit desperate. And the C.J. Stroud to Tennessee makes a ton of sense too, because Mike Vrabel Ohio State guy. He's probably done a lot of work watching, being around people with CJ Stroud. And they realized last year, Malik Willis was falling, and we saw that Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis, the top two guys in that draft. All right, they were the top two guys in that draft, but just because you got him in the third round, they're already out with him. They said that Ryan Tannehill's 35. And you're like, oh, wow, okay, it's time to start looking for the future for Tennessee. And this would be a big-time move for a franchise that needs something to ignite them.
So, and you think that's a guy you can plug and play, right? CJ Stroud? Because the Tennessee roster overall isn't far off. Like this isn't Houston where you say I've got to completely rebuild the roster. We're starting from scratch. We got to no. Tennessee's roster, they're still kind of in a window. Now I know you're going to say no because everybody else in the AFC is so much better.
They have some work to do offensive, like skill position wise, even
especially on the outside.
Traylon Burks, they drafted him in the first round last year. You got Derrick Henry,
especially on the outside.
That's it.
But defensively, they're decent. Their line is decent. That's interesting. I just got this sent to me. This is little breaking news this morning. Who sent it to me? It was Mike. Jerry Springer died.
Yeah, I just saw that.
You just saw that?
Yep. From a brief illness, whatever.
79 years old. Well, that's something. Also, yesterday, this went down. Former Governor Jerry Apodaca died, and I got to meet Governor Apodaca over the years. Just a tremendously kind, wonderful, smart gentleman, and his son Jeff is a good friend. You just hear him over on news radio quite a bit. Deepest condolences to the Apodaca family and everybody who loved Governor Apodaca. I know so many of you knew him, worked for him, worked with him. He got a lot done while he was the governor of the state. We lost a former governor yesterday, and deepest condolences to them. All right, when we come back, you mentioned this earlier. How do you conduct yourself after a loss that ends your season in the NBA? One player in the NBA has now been cited for assault for his post-game antics. Who that is, what that's going to mean, that's coming up next. IPS watches my home. They watch hundreds of homes and businesses all over the Burque because property crime's on the rise. They are affordable private security with highly trained armed guards, 24-hour patrols. Their mission is to make Albuquerque a better and safer place to live and work. Look, you've worked really hard to build your business. You've worked hard to build your home. You love that family and you want to protect them. Don't let the bad guys come in and break it all down and destroy it. And you know property crime's on the rise. You know the officer shortage continues to be an issue. That's why I called IPS years ago. They come by every day, not just when I'm gone. I hear people say, they watch my house when I'm gone. No, they watch my house every day. Like, I'm there on a daily basis. Sometimes I pull out, and there's Officer Crespin right outside my house. I was pulling weeds last week, 2 weeks ago. Man, there's a lot of weeds. I got to do it again. Officer Crespin came by, just doing a routine check. And when I'm gone, they do all kinds of stuff like pick up packages and mail, and garbage cans get rolled to the curb and back on garbage day. Call IPS, protect what's important to you. You've worked way too hard to build it. Don't let the bad guys destroy it. Committed to our city and your protection. IPS's number is 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say, people mean more.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
AM 610, the sports animal.
So how do you conduct yourself when you lose? You're upset. You just missed a shot. Series is over. Your season's over. You had a chance to continue it. What do you do? And then what are the consequences? Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, and A. Marie. You can get in at 505-246-0610. So 2 nights ago, the Timberwolves' Anthony Edwards had a shot to tie the game, send it to overtime. He missed a look. The Nuggets win the series, and the Timberwolves' season is over. And after the three-pointer, it would have tied the game. He immediately ran off the court. You kind of remember it if you saw it. Anthony Edwards runs off the court. And I guess as he went through the tunnel, JJ, he picked up a chair, and he tossed the chair aside. All right, chair was in his way. Denver Police Department has told Denver Sports that the chair that he threw injured 2 women who were working at Ball Arena, one of whom is a security guard. And there are now third-degree assault charges against Anthony Edwards for throwing and swinging a chair. Why does this mess always happen? Isn't that where John Morant was in Denver too? Right?
Yes, he was.
What's with Denver?
It's the altitude.
Must be it. Timberwolves put a press release out yesterday, said, we're aware of the alleged incident regarding Anthony Edwards. We're in the process of gathering more information. We have no further comment at the moment. End quote. So he was cited after the game, which delayed the team. I'm sure this went over well. Delayed the team bus from leaving the arena. He's got a court date June 9th in Denver, according to the Star Tribune. If convicted, he could face up to 18 months in jail and a fine of $1,000. I mean, it's not.
We know
he's not
Anthony
going to
Edwards isn't going to jail
for 18 months.
Probably a little settlement, but this is one. Wait till you get to a locker room,
and then beat up the locker room.
And then if you want to go WWE on a chair, let's go. Because this isn't allegedly. There's a video. You see him running off the court. The row of chairs.
Did he throw it, or what?
He just grabs it.
So it wasn't even in his way, right?
No, it was not in his way. It was a row of chairs where people sit courtside.
All right.
He's running by. He grabs one, and like spins around and just lets it go. And there's a security guard just sitting there, and it hits her right in the legs. Like she's just standing there
doing her job.
And he does a 360 chair spin and hits someone with the chair.
Yeah, that's
like, what's the point of that?
You're
like, that's what.
angry
That's what.
and- Yeah. No, there's
Like
no
it-
point
it's-
to it.
You teach your toddler not to throw a tantrum type of stuff. Like wait, if you're upset and you want to
throw
bang
something.
something, punch a wall, see how that works out for you. It ain't gonna work out good.
Isn't that the same team that
The
punched the
wall's
wall?
undefeated, yeah.
Isn't that the same damn team?
Yes.
Jaden McDaniels.
Maybe they should put like a punching bag or like a. some
That's a
kind of
great
s-
idea.
I'm telling you, when you after
Put
a
a
loss
punching bag
in the locker room, I'm telling
Yes.
you,
It is a
think
great
about
idea.
think
Get it
about the
out.
endorphins, like everything. We hate. Come on, we're competitive.
But
Everyone's
if you
competitive.
put a
Let's have
punch,
punch bag. That'd be awesome.
is that negative energy? Well,
No,
if we lose,
no.
it'll be there for you. Well, we're not going
Yeah.
to lose, so take that thing out. Is that negative energy? Thinking we're going to lose?
No,
So that's the same team whose coach called them immature.
losing is a part of life.
Yeah. Coach called him immature. One guy was out because he broke his hand. The other guy slugged another guy in a huddle. And then this guy's now up for third-degree assault for chucking a chair at a security guard.
Punching bag in the locker room could be a good
It's
idea.
not a horrible idea, dude. And actually, if you just did it league-wide, everybody would probably be better. I don't hate that at all. Or just hand out stress balls to sit on, to sit on courtside.
Got her in the shin too.
I got
You're
more
gonna get hit with the folding chair.
Yeah, no, that sucks. That's got to hurt a lot. It's got to hurt a lot. I got more food hacks for you that you guys are giving us.
Oh my god.
It's not. No, I got a few more. It's not quite it's not as nasty as mayonnaise in your coffee. You got to look at the video; it'll make you zook. I'm
gonna show JJ.
Hey, if you want to vomit,
You know what? I'm gonna put it on our Twitter right now.
It's like
I
this
also put out the poll, by the way, going to the.
well, it's like the whole thing. Hey, this tastes like crap.
Animal.
Here, try it. No, man, I don't want to try it if it tastes like crap.
What if it just like is amazing?
What if it is amazing?
That's what I should make for content. All of us drinking mayonnaise and coffee.
I'm in. It's the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
And JJ Bond.
Draft day, only one one NBA game on the schedule today. It is the Celtics and the Hawks. And I'm just looking at I can't get over the Aaron Rodgers' salary right now for 2024, $107 million. And we're going to get to a day where it's like, yeah, $107 million for a quarterback. I didn't think we were there yet. I mean, I'm still boggles my mind that we're $50 million plus for a quarterback for a year. But $107 million is annual salary for next year. Obviously, or not annual salary for next year, is salary for next year. It's the Jets' problem. They'll have to deal with it. Aaron Rodgers is going to play more than 1 year with the Jets. Maybe. None of you were convinced of that, huh?
No.
Can play more than.
I think he
got
has 2 more years in general.
I think he's got 2 years.
That's it.
So, well, the Jets have the contract, but all right. Let me give you this number. I'll set it at. Well, that 1.5 is not enough. 2.5 over under postseason victories. Aaron Rodgers with the Jets in the next 2 seasons.
Under.
You're going under 2.5. That's 2 seasons worth. You're going under.
Yes.
Means he ain't getting a Super Bowl. Well, I guess he could get to the Super Bowl.
Not going to go to the Super Bowl.
Under over 2.5.
I will drink mayonnaise and coffee if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Super Bowl and being on the New York Jets.
How much mayonnaise?
I will do a Will Levis.
Oh.
I'm marking it down right now, but guess what? It's not happening.
Okay, I know. So we're all adamant. Everyone's saying Jets aren't going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So would you have not made this trade then?
No. I think it's
That's
still.
the thing.
I think
Like
it's still
the Jets
good for
ain't going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I just don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl. I'm still happy for them. I think it's a good trade.
Jets will be relevant.
But you can actually you can actually say,
yeah,
you know what? They might.
All right.
You could not have said that with Zach Wilson as a quarterback.
Absolutely, JJ.
All right. So now let me.
I just don't think they're
because
going
I would have made
go
the
or
trade
win.
too. All right. So let me ask you this: why is it so loud out there? For one, and B, when do the Jets have to start worrying about quarterback of the future? They say externally, everything that comes out of Joe Douglas's mouth and Robert Saleh, well, this will be great for Zach Wilson, right? Zach Wilson's like, I'm going to make it difficult. Any quarterback who comes in here, okay, Zach Wilson, that's cute. Now that Aaron Rodgers is in there, you're lucky if you're the number 2, okay? Everything that comes out of Joe Douglas, their general manager, and Robert Saleh, their head coach, is, well, this will be great for Zach, and he's going to learn. And so now Zach Wilson has become Jordan Love, right? I mean, just with a little bit more playing time behind him, and so he's already got the negative impression. Is Zach Wilson their guy after Aaron Rodgers, or when do they have to start thinking, man, we need a quarterback? Because obviously the guy's 38. He's not going to be there for the long term. So is it next year's draft they think about a quarterback, or do they think it's Zach Wilson? Or do they just go back into the abyss?
I think it's one of those things where I think I can. I think it's Zach. I think it's Zach. You just say that, but you, in the back of your head, you probably know. Because
they don't think that, do they? Can they sit in their little meetings and say, he's going to be our guy. He needs to sit behind Aaron for 2 years.
It's easy to say now that you have Aaron Rodgers.
Did you watch the dude?
Yeah.
Did you see his antics? Did you see how his teammates respond to him?
But here's the thing. There's not always a perfect path to developing a quarterback, as we've seen. You don't always have to have a guy in the waiting. You could go 2 years of Aaron Rodgers, he retires, and then either draft or sign a veteran. Like, there's not a perfect template of how you're always going to be able to do this.
I 100% agree with that.
And so
right?
I think if you're the Jets, I don't care what happens after 2 years. I'm focusing on maximizing right here, right now. And if Aaron Rodgers, at least we're competitive, we win some playoff games, we get close, then he's like, all right, guys, I'm 40, 41, I'm done. You're like, all right, that was fun. What's next?
All right, so I'm agreeing with you while I'm disagreeing with you. I agree with you that that's not the priority. Your priority has got to be now. But at some point, and that's kind of how I phrase the question, at what point do you say, all right, I do have to start thinking about what's post Aaron Rodgers? This isn't a 5-year, 10-year deal. This is a 2-year max deal, right? That this guy's going to be around. Maybe squeeze a third out.
You're not drafting a quarterback high next year. You're not.
You're not.
Because you're wasting a year. It's the same thing Green Bay did. And then now they're like, oh, we have Jordan Love after how many years of him sitting there?
Yeah, probably, I think 4. Here's the difference to me. I still don't know about Jordan Love. Now, they've got a feeling about Jordan Love because he's been at practice. And obviously they got a good feeling because they're turning it all over to him. I got a feeling about Zach Wilson, too. And there's no way in that. I mean, they're obligated to Zach Wilson. They're tied to him because they have draft capital in him, because they're embarrassed if it doesn't work, because they picked him second overall, and they made a flaming mistake. But I already know. Like, where do you see Zach Wilson being a leader? He's shown you what he is on the field. He's shown you what he is off the field. He's thrown his teammates under the bus. Guys didn't want to play with him or for him. And, by the way, he wasn't very good.
And
so somehow he's going to get better in 2 years?
No, and guess what? It's not that big of a deal now that you have Aaron Rodgers.
That's right.
Because Zach Wilson can be the backup for 2 years. You could go, you know what? We're declining his fifth-year option.
Yep.
And then when Aaron Rodgers retires,
we go find a quarterback.
Zach Wilson could become a free agent.
No.
Or you could pick up his fifth-year option.
You know what may also happen there, too? In 2 years, the Jets become what they think they're going to become, or at least close to it. So they become a contender, and it becomes a really good spot for a free agent that's looking for a place, whether that be, I mean, I don't know, who's it going to be at that point, right? Who's going to be a free agent that doesn't want to sign? Who's going to be going into their year, right? Trevor Lawrence, right about that time, would be up for a second contract, right? Somebody along those lines. No, I think I agree with you 1,000%. There's not one way to do this. There's a lot of different ways to find your franchise quarterback. And I also agree with you that that's not the priority. This was the priority. They got it done. Let me worry about now as opposed to 2 years from now. But at some point, and that's why I phrased it that way I did, at what point do you say, all right, and then what? Because as an owner, I think you're thinking long-term. As a coach, you want to think long-term, but you got to think immediate. Right? And so you've taken care of the immediate, but I'd like to keep my jobs. That's all I'm saying. I got more food hacks for you. You want another one? Ron said, was Stinko de Mayo coming up, or that Stigo de Mayo, or Stingco de Mayo? Try eating your guacamole on barbecue potato chips. Heaven in the mouth. Okay, I'll try that.
I see a theme going on today with the barbecue.
The barbecue and the Mexican food. Yeah, there is a theme there. I think I have done that. All right, how about this one? My weirdest says some peanut butter and jelly / chili cheese hot dog combo. The PB&J on the bottom, of course. Any other way would just be downright questionable.
Interesting.
So
that
chili
sounds worse than mayonnaise in your coffee.
All right, so chili cheese dog with peanut butter and
I've
jelly on it?
seen these weird hot dog places too that do that. There's these like craft dogs. Ooh.
So I'm getting kind of the sweet.
Have you guys been
from
to
the
a Clown
jelly.
Dog in Nob Hill? They put like
Mm-hmm.
Fruit Loops and stuff on their hot dogs.
Why?
I don't know. Why are people putting peanut butter and jelly with chili cheese?
Fair enough.
I also you can't knock it till you try it. I don't like to hate on people. It's weird.
Right. That's my deal. So, I would be so much more apt to try this chili
hot dog- me
cheese
too.
dog with the PB&J than mayonnaise in my coffee.
Hundo.
Okay, and I can't drink something that's got chunks in it. I just can't. You're telling me that the mayonnaise doesn't dissolve, so there's chunks of mayonnaise.
Yes, you watched Will Levis.
I did. I almost zooked. Yeah. Okay. What?
It's just so gross.
I know.
I know we can't show because it's radio, but man, if you get a chance today,
where is it?
Just Google Will Levis mayonnaise coffee.
Put it around your.
Because
on
I
our
showed you
website.
one video. I'll put on our Twitter, the KNML. I'll put it out right now.
All right, it's over on our Twitter. All right, Richard's in on your Rockies, JJ. Says JJ's organization is a mess, Jeff. Herman Marquez limped off the court again a day after Jose Urena, it says Urena, was DFA'd. Do the Rocks go after a just cut Madison Bumgarner?
So we can have an 11 ERA.
Wow. Yeah, your team, and they won 7 games. Are they already out of the playoffs?
They were out of the playoffs 2 years ago.
They're not eliminated.
Or this year.
They're eliminated already?
Before the year even started.
Ron says, obviously, I'm concerned, Jeff. Even though Lobo football struggled in 2022, you had the entire defense coming back, plus that guy to lead them into 2023. Not only is that guy wearing a Cuse uniform, but most of the returning players you were counting on are now gone. That's fair. There's reason for concern. I think you were deep enough defensively. Lobo football, you worried about defense? You worried about offense? He's not wrong. You lost Cody Moon. You lost Deion Hunter. You lost AJ Halsley. Like, you lost some key pieces from that
Worried
defense.
about everything.
And Rocky's gone. Yeah. You're worried about everything?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I feel like I think they're going to score points.
It's to that point. It is wild to sit here and go, you know what, I might be more confident in the offense, the unknown of that offense versus the defense.
Is it weird that I think that? I just look at it feels like they got playmakers. Yeah. What was the issue, right? It was they didn't have playmakers. It feels like they might now. And Mike's in on the NIL stuff. He says right now I don't think the average Joe Sixpack knows about or understands NIL. Just wait for the coming bleep storm when the students realize you're asking them to pony up more fees for athletes, many who are now getting paid. Or worse, the professors when they realize some of the star amateur athletes are making more money than they are. This is just going to widen the main South Campus divide. It's interesting because there's student fees that are built into what you pay. You don't really have an option, right? When you pay tuition, there's student fees, and some of it goes towards athletics. What he's saying is, why am I giving money to pay these guys? And actually, you're not, right? You're not. That's coming from the collective. But I don't know that people are going to be able to draw that differential, right?
There are people that won't.
Flat out. I mean, I'm a chemistry professor and I'm tenured, and I've been here 23 years. And all of a sudden, that point guard's making how much more than me? And we're paying it. What are we doing? And no, it's gonna be a hard one for academia to get through too, and it's going to be a hard one to differentiate that. Well, in fact, you're not paying that. Well, our money's going towards athletics. Yeah, it is. It's to keep the lights on. To pay the coach? To pay for uniforms and expenses and operations and travel. But yeah, that Mike, your point's not lost. I think that will happen as well. All right, here we go. Draft is coming, and we're getting all kinds of rumors. Update you on the latest. There's a rumor that number 3 is going to trade down to number 11. Who that is, why that is, and what the haul is, I'll tell you why. I think it's a really good deal for one of those teams. If that scenario happens, it's next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Last year, you gave us books, and we gave you beer. You remember, Rogers had a team.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your coverage from US Eagle, We'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
You can get make peanut butter out of peanuts, or who was the first person that took a egg from a chicken and fried it up and go, oh, that's really good, or you know what I mean? Like how did we ever get here? All right, so you got an evolution on Will Levis putting mayonnaise in his coffee, right? So if you're just joining us, Will Levis, the quarterback from Kentucky, who, by the way, he's the reason that Terry Wilson came here, right?
I mean,
probably. I mean, that's how that works. He's going to be a top 4 or 5 pick today in the NFL draft. So the knock against him is he puts mayonnaise in his coffee, which is a pretty good knock against someone. I mean, fair enough.
I just love. I was looking up, researching these quarterbacks, and that's just what kept popping up.
I'm so
about
glad
Will Levis.
you're into the deep research of finding out why dudes put mayonnaise in the coffee. So you found out the
Well,
evolution.
I was trying to look up other stats, but that was popping up.
Yeah, but
first.
you got the genesis of this now, right?
Yes. Will Levis puts mayonnaise in his coffee. He was out with his girlfriend eating breakfast, and they were joking around about condiments, and his girlfriend was like, "Hey, maybe you should put mayonnaise in your coffee," and he was like, okay, like, you know.
Oh, okay.
And then he
Is that how he did it?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
Okay.
Sorry, Will, I wasn't trying to mock you. So he drinks it, and then they broke a 35-year losing streak to Florida.
Right.
So he's continued to drink it.
First of all,
Now I need to look the record.
Yeah,
for
after that.
But
Right.
maybe stop drinking the mayonnaise and coffee. I believe in that kind of stuff.
First of all, Adrian, great work on the ProView Networks. If you're watching the simulcast, you're seeing Will Levis and just dumping mayonnaise.
He better, he's drinking it today. He wants to get drafted.
First of all, dude better get a mayonnaise deal, right? And a coffee deal, and both. Secondly, JJ, your response to this was so right. Like, what did you say?
How many games?
Let me look it up.
No, your other response, but this was good too.
Oh, which one?
JJ says, dude, it's always for a chick.
Right?
We always do stuff for women.
That's what's really undefeated.
No,
Women.
100%.
Women. You know who's undefeated? Women. We will always win.
I bet you won't put mayo in your coffee. Oh, really?
Yeah, I will.
Look at this.
Well, and hey, Marie's probably dead on. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I get some?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right?
Like, come on.
You want me to do what? Come on, baby, put some mayonnaise in your coffee. Well, come on.
I'm telling you, women
do it for
run
me.
the world.
Okay.
We hold the power.
So that to me was JJ's like, women. Well, it's always about for a woman.
Let me look up Kentucky's.
But it's just so right. But your point was, what was his record after? Look, if that helped
Has
him
it really paid off? All right, you got that one. How's it
Oh.
working since then?
First of all, wasn't I told that Terry Wilson beat Florida for the first time in 35 years?
Oh, I'm gonna look that all up. 'Cause
Wasn't that
this
part
is
of the whole
fake
Terry
news.
Wilson thing? Right, when he came over from Kentucky, they beat Florida for the first time in however many years, and he did that, and he had 10 wins, and he won bowl games, and so how can Will Levis claim that if Terry Wilson claimed
Well, I'm gonna look it up.
it? They can't both claim it at Kentucky.
I'm gonna get down to the bottom of this.
But if that in fact is true, then dude, put all the mayonnaise in your coffee that you want. If that's your winning formula, if that is your serum, that's your secret sauce, knock yourself out, young fella. Like I'm down. All right, trade rumors. And here's why I think one team's getting the best of this. So Amory found this earlier. What was your source on that, by the way?
CBS Sports.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
It was an interview on a podcast.
all right. So Cardinals are looking to trade out of 3. Tennessee's looking to move up from 11 to 3 to get a quarterback. They would most likely take C.J. Stroud. Now, JJ, would they do this before or after Houston picks? Because if Houston takes C.J. Stroud, then that screws up their whole deal.
Yeah. So this could be one where
It's contingent on what Houston does.
deal is on the table.
Yeah.
And I know that some of the stats we were looking at in past drafts, there's only been 2 top 5 trades when a team is on the clock. But with as much talk as there is, this one could be, hey, here's the deal.
Contingent upon.
If CJ Stroud is there at 3,
Yeah.
we'll send it in.
Okay. If Houston takes it, then it blows it all up. Or if Carolina takes him, it blows it all up. But if Houston doesn't go quarterback and C.J. Stroud and he's there at 3, then the talk is Arizona would move down to 11, trade with Tennessee, get a second-round pick this year, and would you tell me a third next year? So all that Arizona would get a extra second this year and an extra third next year. I think Tennessee's getting a great deal on that if they get a franchise quarterback for that. They're moving up this year, so they're not giving up anything this year. They're giving up their second-round pick this year, which is number 41. So early in the second round, which is a nice pick. And then their third-round pick next year, wherever that's going to be. There's going to be players who are going to move too. DeAndre Hopkins, I think. Austin Eckler, Dalvin Cook. Some big names that you're probably going to watch move. You don't think they moved today?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading.
Oh, okay. I saw you shaking your head. I'm like, okay.
I'm in the Kentucky schedule of the last few years.
What are you reading? What are you finding?
So Terry Wilson, they beat Tennessee.
They beat Tennessee.
It wasn't Florida.
All right. Not Florida. All right.
I know everyone's dying to know. So
Yeah, that sounds right. And Will Levis beat Florida.
With his mayonnaise.
I'm just telling you. Like
they beat him back to back for the first time too. Like 2 times in a row.
I promise you, there is a coffee shop in Lexington that sells the Will Levis, and I promise you that
And
there
if
are
there
dudes,
isn't, there should be.
and there are dudes that are going there
you
and they
know.
are getting the Will Levis mayonnaise infused coffee this morning. Right?
Yes.
And how many people do you think tried mayonnaise and coffee this
Oh,
morning
come
for
on.
the first time?
Anything that becomes popular like that or goes viral like it did for Will Levis, that people do it.
I want to try it before I knock it, but I'm just telling you, I can't put as much as he did. Like, if you want to tell me, I put it like a little squirt, like I do with creamer, like one little.
Some people go heavy on the cream though in their
All
coffee
right.
as well.
I can't, dude. I can't put. But if you want, I mean, you can't have more mayonnaise in your coffee than you do on your sandwich. I guess you can do anything you want, but I mean, I can't. How about that? I can't. What? I just can't do it.
Well, he's probably going the Colts too, so
Is that the
we'll enjoy
mayonnaise
some
capital of
mayonnaise
the
and
world?
coffee in the Murray household.
I got the text earlier that A. Marie should put it in Kyle's coffee. Yeah. All right, Aaron Rodgers is with the Jets. He made himself home. How that first day went with the Jets, what he had to say, where that's going, and how does he fit in with his $107 million salary? That's why I said that. $107 million next year. Yeah, they'll get through that. Aaron as a Jet coming up next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Last year, you gave us books, and we gave you beer.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
How's it going to work out, man? How's it going to work? Aaron's Jet. How's it going to work? It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Amory draft today. Aaron Rodgers' first day as a Jet. He was introduced. He talked about recreating the glory days and Joe Namath, and indicated that he'll stick around for voluntary workouts with his new teammates. And he hinted relatively strongly that he's going to play more than one season with the Jets. And he took his shoes off. He was barefoot in the meeting room with his coaches. Looked like he belonged. His hair was combed. It was cut like a brand new start. What do you think of Aaron Rodgers' first day as a Jet?
Well, I just don't know why it took so long, but
well,
I mean, good for him.
Yeah, I mean, who cares?
I just can't wait to see him with New York media, to be honest.
It's going to be interesting. Yesterday was a love session, and he said they definitely gave up some picks for me to be here. So this is like so this isn't like one and done in my mind. He said he wanted to stay in the present, not think about the future. Quote, if that rubs some people the wrong way, so be it. I want to be all in. I want my yes to be a full F yes. That's what he said. All right. All good. All good. He said, the Super Bowl trophy looks lonely. He wants to bring in. He said all the right things, dude. He fit in perfectly. It was a love fest. Aaron Rodgers is a lot of things. Whatever you want to think of Aaron Rodgers. Can I tell you something I don't think he is, and that is dumb. I think he's bright, Cal educated, like a UC Berkeley education. It's a pretty good one. He's not new. He is, I firmly believe, calculated, right? And everything's rehearsed with what he did. I thought he was perfect in that role yesterday. Now, there's going to be a point, Amory, where it turns into there's going to be a speed bump. There's going to be a bad loss, a bad moment, a bad throw, a tantrum, something he said. Like, I think we all understand that. How's that going to go with him and the New York media is going to be really interesting. But for now, I thought he handled it really well yesterday.
Yes. I think he'll do well.
Yeah, I think that's right. All right, you can get in on that. Draft is today. And all you guys want to talk about is mayonnaise and coffee. It's all you guys. Text line. Amory, there's science behind the load of fat in one's drink. The fat is good for one. If it's a MCT, what does that mean? A medium.
Remember I told you that people do butter in their coffee? It's like to give you energy.
Okay, so I'm learning something here.
It's like a lot of keto people do it.
All right, so if it's a MCT, a medium chain triglyceride, a type of fat conducive to metabolism, it was thought all fat was bad. Not true. Yet the source of fat and its use remains questionable, especially when hot tamales and Mike and Ike's candies contain MCTs. So should I put Mike and Ike's in my coffee now? Is that
yes?
All right. I'll try anything at this point. Who's on one? Where do you want me to go?
Sorry, it's Dan.
All right, let's go there.
About Aaron Rodgers.
All right, Dan. What do you put in your coffee, by the way?
Hey guys, I just want to talk about Aaron Rodgers now. And you can play this next year at this time. The New York Jets ain't going anywhere. If they get in the playoffs, they'll be one and done, maybe go into the second round, and that's about it. Aaron Rodgers left the NFC North, and now he's in the AFC East. And who's waiting for him? Josh Allen. You got Tua down in Miami, and, of course, those New England Patriots, who the Jets haven't beaten since I think they had Randy Pataha and Jim Plunkett in New England. Okay? That's years ago, decades ago.
A long time ago.
And he's going into a conference now where you got Joe Burrow, you got Trevor Lawrence, you got Lamar Jackson,
Patrick Mahomes,
and, of course, the one and only freaking Patty Mahomes. You think this guy's going to beat those dudes in the playoffs? I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I'd bet against that. I don't think the Jets are going anywhere, and Aaron Rodgers is going to use the New York Jets for the last 2 years of his career, and that's it. And I don't see them going anywhere. He just put himself in a bigger trap than what he was in the NFC, and he's got these young studs, these young quarterbacks that he's going to compete against to win a championship. Good luck with that.
Dan, we're on the same page. Great call. Don't be a stranger. Appreciate the call. It's yes. I think all that's right. I think it was the right move for him because he was done, right? The Green Bay thing had run. Now, if you're going to sit here and ask me, does he have a better chance to get to a Super Bowl with Green Bay or with the Jets? I would agree with you if you tell me the Jets are a better roster overall. And I would tell you, but I think Green Bay, because I think the path is of less resistance in the NFC. Everything that Dan just said is right. You got to go through. In your division, the Bills are better than you, and Miami might be better than you. Then you've got to go through Cincinnati and Baltimore and Kansas City and the Chargers and Jacksonville's coming, right? I mean, would you say Jacksonville's on the come?
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're better than Jacksonville. Okay, all right, let's see. Jacksonville actually was pretty nice. Didn't they win a playoff game last year? They beat the Chargers, if I'm not mistaken.
They did.
Correct? Yeah,
yes.
Pretty sure that's
big
right.
Comeback they had.
I'm pretty sure that happened. So he's not wrong. Where if you stay with the Packers, your roster might not be as good as the Jets. But what do you got to do? Right now, who's the best team in the NFC North? I mean, the Vikings are marginal. The Bears are below marginal. The Lions are trying to be marginal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can get through your division. And then I got to worry about San Francisco and the Eagles, maybe the Cowboys, maybe Seattle. What am I worried about there? So yeah, if you're looking, he's not wrong with any of that. But I think it had just run its course. I think it was just time, and he came out of the darkness, and he felt this. And I'm really looking forward to the 30 for 30 on this, out of the darkness and into the bright lights. Right? What if I told you he came out of the darkness and went to the bright lights of Broadway? I want to know what really happened. Did he not return Green Bay's calls? Did Green Bay really decide while Aaron was in the dark that they had moved on and they were done with him? Like I hear two drastically different stories. Now, honestly, does it matter who's right? It doesn't, because I think this is the ending that most of us figured was going to happen. But I don't you kind of want to know the truth, how it went down?
Absolutely.
Which one do you believe? Do you believe he didn't answer their calls and he was just done with them, or they had made a decision and he felt disrespected?
The first one. I don't think he felt disrespected.
I could see a scenario where he did because I'm Aaron Rodgers, but I don't care. At some point, it's a business, and they had to move on. They got a young quarterback. Look, the other part of this equation that nobody's really talking about outside of Wisconsin. I want to see how Jordan Love does. Like I'm kind of excited for Jordan Love, and there's a part of me that has an affection for Jordan Love, because I spent a little bit of time with the young man when he played New Mexico Bowl. Because he was I just so enjoyed the young man. Is that wrong? I mean, am I supposed to be completely unbiased on this? We're humans, right?
Right. No. And the hard part is we're not used to, in the NFL anymore, having a quarterback for like 18 years. So this is very new for people. This is really good. And Jordan Love has been sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for a couple of years. That should be the normal process for a quarterback.
No, it used to be.
That's what it used to be. I'm saying now that's totally changed.
No, it absolutely used to be the process. You would draft a guy, well, I mean, he's not ready to go yet, but we'll sit him behind our veteran for a few years. I mean, that's what Aaron Rodgers did, right?
Correct.
100% what Aaron Rodgers did. And it was uncomfortable when Brett Favre
what Brett Favre do?
Yeah. Went to the Jets.
And then what did he do?
Went to the Vikings.
Yes.
Send a private pick to Jen Sturger? Jen Sturgeon? What was her name? Allegedly. Sent a picture of his junk. Didn't he do that too?
Yes.
All right, I just want to make sure that was part of the story too. I want to make sure. I mean, it was like mayonnaise in your coffee. I didn't just make this up. I want to see what Jordan Love does. I don't root super hard for a lot of people. I'm kind of rooting for Jordan Love. Are you?
Me too. Well, no, I'm not.
Because he's in that division.
I'm an NFC North girl.
Fair enough.
But
so you don't like anybody in that division, but all right.
No, you know what's funny about the NFC North? We all just hate the Packers.
Fair enough. And their fan base kind of deserves a
right.
dud.
So like the Lions, Bears, and Vikings fans, I'm telling you, we're all on the same page. Like we don't like each other when we play each other, but we all despise the Green Bay Packers.
Here's a question. So in the 2.5 decades, actually I never thought of this, so I'm gonna think of it now. In the 2.5 decades that the Packers have had Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, who has been the best quarterback in that division outside of the Packers in the last 2.5 decades?
Wow, that's a really good question.
That means Vikings, Lions, Bears. Matt Stafford?
Yes. Well, and I was gonna say Brett Favre on the Vikings.
Maybe.
No. I would say.
How about that though? Think of that.
That's really wow, that's a real. I might put that up as a poll question.
Please do, because I honestly
in the last 2 decades since like 2000.
Well, since Brett Favre got to Green Bay, so whenever that was, we'll find that during the break. All right.
In the last 20 years.
Okay.
Because there's a couple quarterbacks I like.
Who?
If we're going back to 2000, I like Dante Culpepper.
Okay.
But the best and I love Matthew Stafford. So those two. I don't know. There hasn't been that many great ones
in that whole division.
Who was the quarterback for the Bears when they went to the Super Bowl?
It was Rex Grossman, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, yes. Forgot about good old Rex. Well, the Vikings and Bears have just go through quarterbacks left and right. The Lions and Packers have held the quarterback for a long time.
Brett Favre entered the NFL in what year? Well, that's crazy.
Right.
He was selected the second round of the 91 draft by Atlanta. So yeah, this century. So outside of Favre and Rodgers, just say this century. Who's the best quarterback outside of the Packers in that whole division? Dante Culpepper had a nice run.
I love Dante Culpepper.
My answer is going to be Matt Stafford, unless you find
no. It is Matthew Stafford.
But okay, give me a list of the next 5. Like, who are the top 5, and where do you slot them with Favre? So it's Rodgers and Favre, and then everybody else, right?
Yep.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
So yeah, Packer fan, you're about due to have a clunker. I'm not rooting for it because it's Jordan Love, and I kind of like him. But Packer fan, you're about due, and you kind of deserve like a little. Now they were horrible. You probably don't remember this. You probably don't remember the Packers before Brett Favre with Dan Makowski and whoever they were running these guys out, Lynn Dickey and the guys that were running out. For about a decade and a half, they were garbage. We think about this great Packer legacy and back to Bart Starr and Lombardi, but there was an era like the 80s and 90s where they were brutal.
Yeah.
Them in Tampa Bay, it's like the Bay of Pigs when they would play each other. They were in the same division. They were just junk. Then they hit the lottery twice. But they're about due for a clunker, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely.
And their fan base deserves. Well, that's not fair.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Jess. Sorry, Mandy. But they kind of do. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Get you any rumors. Drafts coming. You need to know some of this stuff. Stuff you need to know as you go through your day. Next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Science with.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Insightful, thoughtful, made you want to think question. I disagree with A. Marie, this says.
Of course. Let's do it.
As an NFC North fan of the Lions, Packers, and Vikings, I hate the Bears. Many other NFC fans agree with me and hate the Bears, actually.
Who?
I love these facts. Like
This is a Lions
Caller read
fan?
yesterday. Like 95% of the people I know don't like this.
Hate the Bears?
Okay.
Wait, would they say they're a Lions fan?
Well, it said as an NFC North fan of the Lions, Packers, and Vikings. So that's an anomaly in its own right. Like,
yeah, I don't even know
that's a
he's fan
different
of.
character.
I'm telling you, the Packers have owned that division for like the last 20 years, pretty much, and have won a Super Bowl. And I'm telling you, everyone hates the Packers in that division.
Okay, this one
and
says...
the Bears, especially the Packers, because Aaron Rodgers owned them for like the whole time he was there.
So this one says Vikings are average? ? Question mark. What the hell, Jeff? 13, and you're listening to the media
What?
about our D. I don't even know what that means. So
Wait, that's what I said.
13. Yeah, no. Look. I was all over the Vikings.
You
last
were.
year.
You were.
Okay.
And they let us down.
And then they just peed down their leg. And
Yeah, we made Daniel Jones
I
look
want
like
him to be
Patrick
good.
Mahomes.
I'm a big fan of their coach.
Me too.
They won the division.
And 13
1 year. Are you telling me they're better than average right now? Does 1 year turn them into an upper tier club?
Not in 1 year, but I
Right.
thought we had a really good year for a coach's first year. I'm very happy.
They're a high average team. Would you not say?
Yeah, we're top 5 offense last year.
All right. I look, and I'm willing to be wrong on the Vikings. I really liked the Vikings last year. I called them in August. Did I not?
We aren't great. We couldn't. And I like Daniel Jones, but that was ridiculous in the playoffs.
It says 13-4. No one else in the North made it once the Lions do. I'll admit it. Until then, they're just also Rams. I think this is your guy's speech.
Speech. And it's speech. I love you, and Skull. But I wouldn't sleep on the Lions or Bears next year.
They won the division once. Tap the brakes.
All right, Giannis Antetokounmpo saying your season's not a failure.
Right?
It's not. Yeah, it wasn't a failure. It was just it's the beginning of a new chapter and era.
Let them get.
And then Aaron Rodgers or Nam Nancy North. It's going to be a crazy time.
Mud says try green olives in your beer. Good. Okay.
Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Salty.
Deutsch says I've had some dreams that there were clouds in my coffee.
Okay.
Oh, and then he sent me the song "You're So Vain" because that's a lyric in there. All right. All right, here's what you got to know going into the draft. There's a lot of trade talk on the table. Talk about the Cardinals trading the 3 pick down to Tennessee, swapping 11 for 3. Arizona would get a second-round pick this year, a third-round pick next year. That would be for Tennessee to move up to get C.J. Stroud if he's still there. So you need to know about that going in. There's some talk, a trade talk, weird rumors going around. Did I hear you tell me that there's a rumor that the Niners and the Vikings are talking about Trey Lance for Kirk Cousins?
That is on the rumor mill.
Would you do it from – all right, so give me the Viking standpoint. Do you like it from the Viking standpoint?
It depends on what I'm getting out of it.
Is it straight up?
That was what I heard.
Well, I mean,
I didn't get more than that. I just heard Trey. I got a text that said Trey Lance for Cousins is happening. I don't know what to believe.
So I totally
trust
get
my
it
new
from
coach.
the Niners side.
I trust my new coach.
I get it from the
So do
Niners
I.
side because I got a guy to start the season. I don't know who my quarterback is when Brock Purdy gets healthy. Who's my quarterback, Brock Purdy or Kirk Cousins?
Be Kirk Cousins.
Okay. So I get it from
I mean,
their
it should
side.
be Kirk Cousins if that's the situation.
All right. And then you start all over. Kevin O'Connell's got to groom a quarterback. And then you've heard that they're in the Hendon Hooker sweepstakes today. Would they also go for Hendon Hooker?
Well, with Hendon Hooker, if you're Minnesota, you're sitting there going, we probably have to trade up just to be safe.
They're
Because
sitting
I
at
do think that
23
there
right now.
are
Yeah, you're probably right.
five guys will see go potentially on the first round quarterback wise.
Okay.
Because the talent is there. You can talk yourself into all these guys for whatever reason you believe for your franchise. And I don't dislike it from a Minnesota perspective because there's 1 year left on Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I'm ready to move.
And you throw a dart at the wall
Yep.
and see, hey, maybe we can hit a bullseye with Trey Lance. If not, you'd be in the same spot anyway next year, but at least you'd get something of some value out of Kirk Cousins as opposed to just he's a free agent, he's walking, we're probably not going to sign him again.
And I got a whole lot more cap space all of a sudden, and I'm getting the guy who was a number 2 overall pick 2 years ago. And so if I'm looking – and this is how I'd evaluate it too, right? Do I think Trey Lance is better than Hendon Hooker, Anthony Richardson, whoever I might be looking at in this year's draft, right? And if I'm saying that guy was number 2 overall 2 years ago, now I know he was hurt, but I think he's better than them, then I'm okay with that. I'm listening.
If he could pull that off, it's a solid deal.
Have fun with the draft tonight. We'll be here tomorrow to talk about it. Tomorrow, Nick Nee's going to be with us at 9 o'clock, bringing back golf tips. Mike Bradbury, Lowell women's basketball coach, at 9:30 tomorrow. Make your plans to be with us then. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4. You get Isotopes Baseball at Round Rock today as well. Adrian, show looks good. Thanks for all the additions, for thinking, for caring, for finding all that stuff that really supports the content. It looks good on the visual medium. Great work there. A. Marie, great work. Have fun tonight.
Thank you.
Mayo and Kyle's coffee in the morning?
Let's see.
Only if he gets Will Levis.
If they draft Will Levis, it has to happen.
Big day for you?
We'll work on it.
Always a big day. Huge.
Enjoy it. Be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like
What if I
to
told
thank
you
the
you could
following
get beer
sponsors
at
for
a
making
discount?
This broadcast
Hold
possible.
on, hold, stop. Let me do the commercial first. Vultures, Beer Weekend.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.